We have seen what happens when his base is riled. And he believes that riling of his base is good for him politically. You add on that the attacks we have seen on the FBI, Trump pulling out all the stops, not just for his defense, but for political gain.
57% of voters believe that they should continue.
That number comes amid the mounting legal issues facing Trump, including the search of his Mar-a-Lago estate and the investigation into his possible involvement in the January 6th attack on the Capitol.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and Trump's house of cards is falling all at once. We wondered what investigation might get him, and it looks like all three: January 6th, Georgia, and espionage.
The New York Times reports Mr. Trump's haphazard handling of government documents, a chronic problem, contributed to the chaos he created after he refused to accept his loss in November 2020, unleashed a mob on Congress, and set the stage for his second impeachment. His unwillingness to let go of power, including refusing to return government documents collected while he was in office, has led to a potentially damaging and entirely avoidable legal battle that threatens to engulf the former president and some of his aides.
Trump spent 4 years at the head of this country running it like a circus. I mean, there were dirty deals left and right, under-the-table phone calls to dictators across the world. Half the establishment were replaced or wanted to quit. It was genuinely disturbing what he did to this country. He desecrated it. And the 2020 election fraud and the insurrection was the pinnacle of his presidency. That's what it amounted to: treason against this government. This mishandling of documents, or espionage as the FBI is investigating it for, this is just the cherry on top. We've already witnessed how bad Trump is. Almost everybody who's delusioned by Trump has dropped out of his cult already. And at this point, the few people left are far gone into delusion. They're off the deep end. But I'm happy that despite it all, his house of cards is falling all at once. The FBI investigation will probably get him indicted for everything, from the insurrection and the Georgia election fraud to the espionage. He's finally being held accountable. And sure, his cult won't be happy about that, but justice must be served. That's why we as a country have a justice system, to hold people accountable. If we can't hold the man who is in our highest office accountable, then how do we justify having the system in the first place? There should be no laws which the rich and powerful can escape from. That's equality under the law. I'm glad to see this administration is capable of applying that principle. We cannot call ourselves a fair country if we don't. Trump has to answer for his crimes, and that's all of them. And the GOP will be exposed as the crooks they are for supporting him. The FBI isn't just looking into Trump after all. He's looking into his associates as well. Trump's conspirators that tried to help him commit election fraud, they're being investigated. Trump's corporation, being investigated. Trump's actions on January 6th, they've been investigated. And all of that is going to add up when they finally indict him. You can't help but wonder what kind of prison sentence that's going to add up to. So now, even if we have to stay cautious, let's celebrate. Let's take this energy to the finish line and make sure we put Trump and his associates in their right and proper place, which is behind bars. And afterwards, we've got our work cut out for us this election. We're going to get these GOP bastards out of our government the lawful and just way, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.